Welcome to my model railway project, part 15, the extension project. Just start with these platform lights here. I've taken out the grain of wheat platform lights and replaced them with these LED ones. Basically, I was having a problem holding the lighting. It seemed to go off after about 5 minutes, so couldn't do any filming at all. Just pulling too much on the power. I've actually changed the car park ones, the internal ones in the car park here, the sodium type, from grain of wheat bulbs to LEDs. It's a much brighter light, which I'll show in a minute, and it holds the power. It doesn't cut out. There was far too much pull on the power last time. There's quite a few lights down here, and it's a better quality of light, if I could say. These lights are made by Weissman, by the way. They're HO, but you can't really see the difference between HO and OO regarding these lights. The beauty about these, you can unplug them. They just lift straight from the mounting there, just in a very tight fit on the platform. So they're very easy to put back. Okay, here's a night shot with the new LED platform lights. It does seem to retain the power supply as before it was cutting out, but these generally are a brighter light, and they light the station up quite well. And I've also replaced the ones in the car park area to a sodium type LED. These larger ones here. Basically there's 4 of them altogether. And the ones at the outside of the grain of wheat ones, as in the distance down there as well, the pub, the hotel. And quite a realistic night scene there of the car park. Just show these signs I picked up off eBay. Basically it's a warning sign not to cross the line or trespassing. It's a £1,000 fine. So I found these on eBay pretty cheap. A few of these little poles I had spare, mounted at the end of the platform. So I've got one here on platform 1 and 2, and there's another one just here on the other platform, platform 3 and 4. It just finishes off quite nicely, not to trespass over that limit basically. Again, I've added them to the fence for the TMD as well, as you would find them typically on a fence there. Also one here on the gate, on the little road where it goes down to the substation on the British Rail property. Just adds a bit more detail to the signage there and the gate. Just stopped to add these numbering plate systems on the bridges that I have typically on railway bridges here. These are from Scenics, like this one here is number 68. Put one on the Kettle Creep here, number 27, and on the bridge with the road over the railway, you've got a little plate there which I'll just focus in. It's 150. Just a little bit of detail in there. I've just updated the billboard posters around the layout. The previous ones have faded quite badly. What I did basically, I got these from 10 Commandments. They're very good, well finished. I basically sent a cheque up there for £10. So what can you do for £10? And he sent me 10. So the one on the platform each side is done. I've got another one over here which is quite funny. We don't find it offensive. I find that quite funny. And some around the other layouts I'll just show you in a minute. There's one down here, a trip to Scotland, a smokeless free zone, or a smokeless zone. I think I remember seeing that years ago actually. Here's another billboard poster of an Audi, which finishes that road scene at the front of the hotel really well. The billboard poster on the Tatley side I've replaced is of a motorbike, a motorcycle. I was told recently by a bike enthusiast that this is slightly dates the railway layout, but only by a few years apparently. So hopefully no one will notice that, even though I've given it away now. But again, 10 Commandments make brilliant advertising billboard posters. Just show this scene at the back of the layout we're revisiting. It's an abandoned farm scene. I've been working on this for just over a year now. Just adding little bits as we go by. Went on holiday to Scotland with the family this year. Went into the shop called Harburn Hamlets. They make these resin little details here, and some buildings as well. So I've got this typical farm pile of tyres with a cover. I've put some of the grass fibres around there to make it more realistic. It just finishes off that little mound really well there, with the tractor abandoned in the corner there. There's going to be more added as I go on to this scene. Again, that's what Model Row is about, just building it up, making the detail. And it's I've also changed the back garden scene on these 1930s style semi-detached houses. This garden here had a very out of scale plant in there, so what I've done on my trip to Scotland this year to Edinburgh, Harburn Hamlets, I got a little urn with some flowers in there, and I've redone the garden there into some detail. I quite like that. That's an ongoing project there. And a few doors down, the neighbours put a little individual scene there. The chap or a lady, could be a lady actually, mowing the garden. That was an individual brazier figure that's seemed to release recently, but it just suits that garden really well. Another figure here I've added on the top of the railway tunnel, the long one, near the Tatley end, is this chap running, going for a jog. I was given this, so it just merges in with the scene really well. So he's going for a morning stroll, a morning jog, on the way to somewhere. Little item I had in this little back garden here of the back of Tatley with these modern houses, or 1970s houses should I say. This little garden shed from Hornby, really good little model, a resin one again. Just sits really nice in that corner down there. Had a slight problem recently with this marvellous backdrop scenery. Over the last month I've had a snail try to eat the scenery, so I'm a bit peeved with that. It's right in the corner, so you probably not even notice it, but I do. I might have to replace this back scene with I think they're doing like a vinyl one. I think Dean Park Station said he's got a vinyl one, so I might look into that. The rest is fine, just that little corner piece that they've made a meal of, literally. Just show this BR brake van. I've had some tail lights fitted to this brake van. Basically had a little trip up to Sheffield for the half-term break for the children. So as a family went up to see some friends and relatives of mine up there. I obviously called in at Olivia's Trains while I was up there, and he fitted these. They just run from the track, 3 tail lights, as it would be. So chap Neil at Olivia's was an ex-train driver, so I was going to have the 2 fitted at the side. He basically said no, that wouldn't be right, I'd have 1 or 3, so I went for the 3 in the end. Very good. The wiring's really well hidden, very well hidden actually. You can't see in there hardly at all. And very good for night running scenes, which I'll be filming a running session sometime soon. But yeah, basically what he did, I took one up there with me to be fitted, same sort of brake van, and he said rather than waiting around, I've got one that's already done, same Bachmann brake van, just want to swap it and pay the extra for the tail lights. That's what he did basically, but I'm quite pleased with that. Really good little detail as well. I've just added this as a latest addition to my rolling stock. Just been released by Bachmann. It's a British Rail CCT van, covered carriage truck, in BR blue. These are ex-Southern region. Now I remember seeing these as a young teenager on the railways up the Midlands area. They were never pristine, which they do come as. So I've actually weathered this myself, and I'm quite chuffed with the result actually. I looked on the internet and found what sort of state these are in. I know there was a lot of chalk writing over here, so I've added that on as well, like Lead Sheffield or Chef, and some information on the windows there, which just chalked in. Again, got that off the internet. I've added that on with a pencil, a white pencil from my daughter's colouring set, and it's come out really, really well. I've also done a little bit down here because I used to put a little bit of paperwork in a holder just there. But a great just show model. The image I pulled up off the internet of the CCT truck. You can see the chalk writing here. I'm trying to film my iPad actually from the camera. It gives you an image of the chalk writing there, some crossed up, it says Bristol there, and some sort of measurement, and it says Chester or something like that on there, and also the little space with the documents down there which were just chalked in, and that was a state on. It used to be written over with chalk for some sort of information, and I tried to copy that on my model here. Just compare the two here. This is an old Dapol one I've got here, which I've weathered a bit more there, done the chalk writing. This is a new Bachmann. Actually, they're both very good, but the Bachmann wins tops over, I'd say, compared with the Dapol one, which is a bit more grubbier. Another addition to my rolling stock here are these Bachmann 16-ton mineral wagons. These are weathered, and the weathering is absolutely fantastic on these. You've got all the rust marks on here, typically, as there would be, because these were knocking around for quite a long time, from the steam days even. But as you see, they're individually weathered really well. I bought a pack of 3 of these with the voucher I had for my 50th birthday present from work. Back in April I saved it and got a pack of 3, and then 2 more individually. And at the end here is, I'll just move these along a bit, an old, I'll say old, a Bachmann second-hand wagon, an older model. And as you can see the difference there between the old and the new. I mean, the weather on there is not very good. It's more like leopard spots, so I will get that one weathered. But say I bought that second hand quite cheaply, so compared with those, they're failing to comparison really. I mean, they're really good. I shall be getting some more of these, and again, an excellent model from Bachmann. I mean, just look at that one, that's great. Okay, thanks for watching, and there'll be another update before Christmas. There's a few projects started which I haven't finished yet. They'll be on the next update before Christmas, plus probably a couple of autumn winter running sessions. So till then, thank you very much.